Yo, what is up, everyone? Hope all is going well for you. Welcome back to Get Jack. Now, continuing off here in Fallout 76. We're here today with a ton of new stuff, some awesome features and things like that we're going to get into. And I want to show you a ton more with the base building. I've got a few more things that I've got to build around here, and we're going to go check out the big group building areas, basically that you can use to mine resources, get a ton of stuff, and basically PvP around. So we get into a couple PvP encounters as well, which is pretty awesome. I wanted to see kind of how that all worked and all that, so we definitely get to check that out. We get to track down a wanted criminal, and I just want to kind of go as in-depth as possible into the group building areas. They're really important. Like, seriously, I want to show you how they work. I built a nice big base on a couple of them, and basically mined a ton of resources that I would have had to otherwise gather. So I logged in this time to my base being attacked, of course, as always, by a bunch of stuff. I don't know if I'm in a spawn zone, but things spawn here, and they'll also come and just attack your base randomly. So keep an eye on the map to see if you're under attack. At least they bring you free resources and things like that. So I was able to slap down a couple workbenches. Unfortunately, you can't build a tinkerer's workbench, which is the one that you craft ammo at. Initially, you have to learn a blueprint for it, so I was pretty much forced to go to the lumber mill to use the one there. That seemed to be the easiest one to get to. So I wired electricity through the whole thing using pretty much the same system as I did in the previous video where I showed you how to do electricity and stuff. Laid down concrete and all that to kind of start upgrading things, but I quickly ran out of materials. So you can either go around gathering materials, you know, by getting them off the ground or gathering them out of trees and things like that, or you can come to one of these group build areas. So you grab some guys, come over here and try and basically contest this area. So we got over here, took it from somebody else, and we're able to basically claim it, and you can build throughout this whole house, you can build throughout the junkyard and everything like that. Now the building part is pretty cool, but the important part is when you actually come out here and check out the extractors. So you can build these at all the nodes out in the world. You can kind of place your base next to them, and you can put down an extractor at, say, like an iron area or something. Now this mill is located right here, and it shows you the resources that you can actually produce here. These come here with these actually they might have come here from the people that like we took it from. I'm not sure if they're actually here when you start. Somebody might have placed those, to be honest. I'm not sure. But either way, you place them down. You have a wood one over here as well. And the junk one over on this side is actually the real important one that I found I needed for the other compound. So this isn't the only compound that we actually took over. This one was the first one and in kind of like the easier zone. The next one I took over was in the steel mill area of the, I don't know, it was like a super mutant area, and it was really highly contested with kind of NPCs and stuff like that, really difficult to take, and I was able to get that one, but I needed a lot of turrets to hold it. So this place came in key with actually getting the junk required to actually make those turrets. So this one's located here, like I said, and then we're also going to go check out the steel mill one. I'll show you kind of what I had to go through to take that. Alright, just a little side note as well from the little camps and stuff like that. I was able to find a power armor set actually close to the food processing plant, if you've seen that event going on, and was able to get myself my first power armor set. So pretty easy to find, in my opinion. I actually find two throughout this playthrough. I'll show you where the other one is as well on the map. But you have to take the pieces off, and then you can enter the power armor itself. You can't quite actually put the pieces on until you're high enough level to put each individual piece on the set itself. But I was able to find this one just close to one of the event areas. So definitely check for this. I'm not sure how the spawn rate on these works, but I was able to get this pretty quickly.
I'm using a sword against his gun. Ow! He brought out a freaking pitchfork. Oh, my weapon broke. I don't think he wants to hit you. Wait, is he an enemy for you as well?
I think so, yeah. Chase
Dude,
him down.
Come here. Let's claim this and put turrets down.
You do that while I chase him.
Oh, there's enemies nearby. We gotta get rid of these robots. Wait, what? The Tectron just died by hitting me. Oh, he got you down low, bro.
Yup.
You need backup?
His pistol's good.
Yeah, he has a decent pistol.
I've healed up. It's all good.
He's a silencer on it or something. Dude, it's for a
I'm dying to monsters.
There's still more enemies. How is this happening? Why are there so many enemies?
Alright, so I actually got stopped by some NPCs there in that fight, and he ran away and escaped, which is totally fine, but it was just a really cool, like, little kind of side thing. He came and tried to, I think, fight during the time that we were still capturing the camp, and he tried to, like, I don't know, make a play or something, but I chased him down. It was a good, nice fight, and that's pretty much how it's going to be in this game, I think, because I mean, it's not like you're going to drop your weapons, armor, that kind of stuff. You just drop the junk that you have, and it's encouraged to PvP. I think if you just dropped off your junk, why not fight somebody who attacks you, you know? I think it's just good for everybody. So we actually defended the junkyard from its first wave of stuff. This one had really easy waves of enemies. You're talking feral ghouls and the liberator type deals, whereas when we get to the bigger camp here in a second, you're getting attacked by something called anglers, and they're really, really strong, as well as super mutants and other things. So you can expect different mobs and different, you know, enemies at the other building locations. That being said, to warm you up for a little PvP, here's another PvP experience that we got into. I actually tracked down a wanted murderer and found him in a certain area of the map, and we got into a fight, and I was able to do a little damage. Alright, so we actually won that fight. He did a decent amount of damage with one of those shots. He must have got me in the head with something good, and it's really gonna depend on your armor, weapons, and things like that, how you do against people. I like that you don't die too fast, because you know there are energy weapons, explosives, all kinds of stuff in this game, and if you died too fast it would just be too hard to PvP. So I think it was a good raid. It was a really good fight, and obviously he didn't lose all of his stuff, he just lost his junk. I got some caps and we both go our separate ways. I think it's a really good system for the PvP at least. So I've got one more PvP defense on our junkyard here later in the video, but I wanted to kind of take you over to the steel mill. So this one I found to be really important. I went through tons of waves of super mutants to clear out the steel mill itself. This is what you have to do to actually get to the workbench. So you kill all of the super mutants, and I'm not kidding, there are 30 plus of them, legendaries as well. Got some decent loot and a lot of stuff from them. I actually found that building at the steel mill itself, you'll find these continuously respawning, and once you've got turrets up, you can bring them to your turrets and fight them there and actually get some decent XP, caps, and all kinds of stuff, loot from these guys. So I'll show you the legendary loot that I got from this. I actually got a couple of good things that I'll end up showing you in my playthrough of the game. I just want to obviously get these little guides and tips and stuff out first while the game's still in beta, and I'll be releasing the other stuff obviously as we go. But it was a really good, fun fight to get through this whole area. It took me quite a while on a lot of ammo, so you definitely have to stock up, and probably don't use fully automatic weapons, because there's no way that you can have enough ammo to kill, you know, everything with just unloading clips and clips at stuff. Try and use a sniper and aim for the head to conserve as much ammo as possible. I even broke most of my weapons, which really sucked, because it seems like weapon durability is really, really low. You can break your sniper pretty quickly. So we'll make our way down to the workbench to grab that, but this seems to be the best loot in the place. Very top. Go to that and get a nice submachine gun to actually start out your fully auto game. You don't get much ammo for it, so I wouldn't recommend using this right away until you can start crafting some, but just a kind of little side area that you can kind of hit up, especially if you're built here, every time it respawns. So once you get your workbench, you kind of make your way over to the back area of the steel mill, and you get another workshop. Now this place I claimed, obviously anybody can attack you during this time that it's clicking and going on like this. I think it needs to be longer, honestly, to claim a workbench or any area like this. I think it should take more time, but that's just me. You're able to repair it all instantly by just choosing the repair all structures option. This one actually comes with a Vertibird Turret. Basically, this thing, if your camp becomes under attack by the super mutants nearby or any wave of anything, even hostile players, this thing is going to take off and start shooting at it. You're going to see it in action when I actually get into a big fight here. I'm going to build this sucker up, and you'll see kind of how everything looks when you've got a little bit of a base here. You unlock more pieces kind of to build in an area. You can see it kind of scrolling by in the upper left, and that's basically bigger structures and stuff for building in these huge group areas. So I go out and get a whole bunch more resources, actually clear out our other area of all the crafting, or all the extractors that are going on there, because we got all those powered and everything too. And I'll start to fortify this and show you kind of how this works. I'd recommend preparing quickly at this place. I literally threw down a workbench to start getting rid of some of the junk I'd collected here, and we were already in our first wave of defense. So the first wave of defense is actually Mirelurks. They turn out to be a little bit more difficult. Not these ones here, but the Mirelurk hunters that spawn are actually, I think, end up being level 25 spawning up in this area. I was running out of ammo from actually going through all this stuff, so I had to switch it up and go with the vampiric bolt that I actually got. So this one is actually a really good weapon. Got it from one of the legendary guys, and it actually gives you HP from each shot. So that was nice. So you fight these guys off. I'll kind of show you a bigger defense. This one I kind of had to lure them around and fight them slowly. But fortunately my teammate showed up and was able to help me out right at the very end. Now, you will break all of your turrets pretty much if you keep them on the ground, so I had to figure out a better way to set those up as well. You do get rewards. You also get plans for more building stuff from defending these camps. So if you're looking for more tables, like walls, that kind of stuff, this may be the way to do it, because I was unlocking a decent amount of those plans just defending the bases. Like I said, the next wave was much more difficult. This one came probably an hour later, and I was attacked by a ton of level 15 anglers. I had to kite them around, basically repairing my turrets as I was going, just trying to continuously keep damage on these things. They did a lot of damage if they got close, and I wasn't able to do very much with how little ammo I had. I think if I would have had my good shotguns and things like that, I probably could have done it a lot quicker. But I just kept kind of using the turrets as coverage. They'd start to take aggro and leave me alone once I'd upgrade the turrets. So that's why I'm saying the junkyard is definitely the way to go if you want to keep building at this area and building turrets up, which you're going to need a lot of. You need those gears and junk and things like that to actually survive in this area. Well, it didn't help super mutants spawning during all that, coming in and helping them. It actually fought the anglers, so it actually helped me a little bit, but they do a decent amount of damage to me too, so I need to cover those doors up or something when I do this build. These guys all have a lot of good supplies and things in them too, so we defended it. I did lose my stuff one time. Alright, I did die one time, okay? I had to defend this alone, and I've barely set it up. Alright, we're actually under attack again. This time I have some defenses up. I have a nice catwalk, defensive wall, and turrets all set up along it. They do shoot ranged attacks at the turrets though, so they are not safe off of the ground. The Vertibird is attacking the super mutants back there, but they can't get to us at least because I covered those doorways and things like that, so we're just gonna fight this out.
Hey! They give you adhesives?
They give you a lot of good stuff, I think.
They do.
Look how many there are, man. I already defeated one wave of them. You should have completed that one, right?
Wow, dude, that was sick. Should have come earlier to help you out. They broke the walls down.
Yeah,
oh,
they broke the walls down, yeah. Got a bunch of stuff for that.
Hoop. What?
And then you can repair everything in this.
Yeah, I saw that, but it's
now all the walls
though, right?
went back. See, all the walls got repaired back to what they were. Even
and
if
all
they
the turrets got.
destroyed.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
Turrets are all good.
You got this little guard tower.
Yeah, I built all of this.
Where do you get all the concrete from? From the things over here?
From the other place.
Right.
The
Oh,
other
that's
place
cool.
doing
I like.
concrete. This place is doing steel.
Wait, Jack, do you see this over here?
Is he just... It's a bug. He came over and just got so scared of the defenses that he wasn't going to get in.
This guy got destroyed. You really pimped this place out. What is this?
Dude, this is a generator, by the way, that came with the place. That produces 10 power. This, I put this wall up. This is a wall.
Okay, wait.
That was an entrance into that facility, and I blocked it off.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh, that sounds like my vertebrae is getting destroyed.
Yeah, they got destroyed, dude.
Now I gotta go to this thing and repair it. Oh wait, it's not destroyed. That is a different one, I think.
There's
Attack on George junkyard. We need to go get the junkyard secured.
Oh, I'm coming.
So now we go to the junkyard to find it's actually players attacking it there. Sorry about this loud banging noise that happens. It's something that's going on with the Vertibird. Its sound is broken or something.
I see him. He's sneaking around, dude. There are two of them. No. He's firing at them. Oh yeah, I'll pull up my baseball bat, boy. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh my God, dude! I just one-shot this guy. I'm coming.
Let's kill this guy.
This baseball bat's
Nice!
so OP.
Dude, my meat hook sucks compared to that. Good kill, dude.
Okay, I'll get this guy. You get that guy's. Stuff.
Dude, he had a ton of stuff,
Yeah, this guy
man.
had a ton as well. They didn't know to throw it away.
So I found they'd actually claimed it. So we fought them, and I guess you respawn really closely when you actually get in a fight with someone and they choose the option to go for revenge. They actually end up really close. So they claimed our workbench over here. We found that you definitely need to put a ton of turrets around the workbench itself. Otherwise, someone can literally just walk up and claim it like I'm doing here. So I just went up and reclaimed it from them, spending 75 caps, not realizing it. But I was able to fight them for a bit. We did get into some PvP back and forth. We just basically kept claiming it from each other until we all ran out of caps. Like, all of us were just, like, losing caps on it. And I eventually started taking it back, but it was a 1v2. They had 2 people. And it just turned out to be some fun PvP, at least, and a good way to lose our caps. Alright, that's one thing that I definitely didn't like about it, and I think it will be changed, is how close you can respawn to one another. So we initially killed them the first time, they respawned nearby, and it fought, and honestly, it probably got a little bit still on either end with people just respawning on either side. It was pretty much whoever ran out of caps claiming the thing is who ends up losing it, because you can pretty much keep coming back and fighting continuously until you get it or until they give up, you know. So I think they need to change how closely you can spawn to each other, but you know, you're not losing your best stuff, so it's not that big of a deal. Even after you die the first time, it's not like you have anything left, you know. You've lost it all probably. Anyway, that's where we gotta stop for today. I wanted to include a little bit of the PvP, a lot of the building of this new area that I kind of found, and I'm really excited for the game. I think it's gonna be really great, and I'm really looking forward to Fallout 76. If you liked the video, hit that thumbs up for me, and or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and of course, we'll catch you next time.